Next time I'm paying a guy to do this. Come on! Boy. Ay. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time since I posted one of these, but as I'm sure you can appreciate, having to learn everything that I had to do, videotaping it and then editing all of this all on my own while holding down a day job turned out to be a lot of work. So I've made a lot of progress, and today we're going to talk about what it is I've done, as well as what has changed about the project and where we're going to go to in the future. By the time I'd started this video series, I was already partially through pulling everything off for the belt and main seal replacement and water pump replacement. And in the intro there, you can actually see me trying to pull the pump off and almost breaking my finger while doing it. That hurt a lot. And while I didn't know it at the time, it had effectively set the tone for the rest of the project. One of the next things that I took on was removing the main seal at the front. I decided to tackle this by taking a screw and then just using an impact wrench to screw it straight into the seal, and that popped it out very easily. Things went bad really quickly though, as I tried to remove the nuts that were holding the water pump in, and the studs, they started to snap off. You can actually see how badly recessed they are into the block itself here, and this became something I didn't know how to cope with. I didn't have the angle to drill them out, or the expertise, and I maybe could have helicoiled them, but I didn't have the angle to do that, and it's not something I'd ever done before, so I wasn't very confident with doing it. Here you can see just how rusted out and nasty these studs were, and that's why I tried to remove them. I ended up, after discovering that I couldn't repair or get these bolts off or these studs removed, with a mechanic to see if he would help me out, and none of the ones that I wanted to talk to wanted to tackle it at this point. And I started talking with professional welders to see if they could help me get the bolts off, and because of the recessed nature of the bolts, they didn't want anything to do with it either. So I was kind of left with a decision between that and all of the other health issues, like there was oil on the plugs, and there was oil coming off of the bell housing, which makes me think that there was probably some rear main seal leak. All of them meant that I was going to have to pull the engine out of the car, either to rebuild it or to replace it. And in the end, I decided that rather than continue to fight with this ancient hardware, I was going to go ahead and replace the engine, resto mod it. And while the car was always supposed to be that, I didn't anticipate replacing the power plant so soon. So what I decided to go with was the Boost Brothers 07K engine swap kit. I will give a link to it down below. That just seemed to make more sense to me, and I really like the idea of using a 5-cylinder engine in this project. I like the sound of those cars, and I just really like the idea of rolling around with something that sounded like an 80s rally car. So that's what we decided to do. But just because the project had changed and the scope had changed didn't mean that I didn't have other stuff to do. For instance, I added a rear sway bar to the car, with the help from my lovely wife. I replaced the rear suspension as well, both of them with the struts. I didn't touch the torsion bars. I hear those are a real nightmare to deal with. And then when it came time to prepare for the removal of the engine, I just had so much to take care of. The engine on these goes out through the bottom, so it required me to disconnect almost everything in the engine bay, especially the stuff below, which included air conditioning, the steering rack, the sway bars, And as you can see here, the DME, which is the old-timey term for the DECU. Finally, after I bought and assembled an engine winch, and with the help of my buddy Matt here, I was able to actually pull the engine out altogether from under the car. And even though we got the engine out, I still had a lot of work to do to prep the car for the swap. I've still been waiting for a lot of parts to come from Boost Brothers. They've had a lot of issues with supply chains over the course of the last couple of years, as I'm sure all of you automotive enthusiasts out there can appreciate. And the manufacturing part of the car was a lot of work as well. So a lot of work going into that. I've done things like pull out the air conditioning for the car because the swap doesn't allow for it, and I just have a lot more customization that needs to go into that. I've replaced the master cylinder, and then I've also been prepping the new engine for all of the things that are going to go into it. So just a lot of preparation work, so I have no shortage of things to get done. So, and that's sort of the update as to where we're at, what happened, and where we're going to be going. So I appreciate you guys for watching. If you like this content, please subscribe, click that like button, ring the bell, all that, important YouTube stuff. It really does help out, and it motivates me to continue to make these videos. So I appreciate it so much, guys, and I will talk with you next time.